Welcome to Retrobot, the YouTube channel where we feed a friendly space robot a diet of pure nostalgia. I'm Clay, and this is not the friendly space robot.
No. He's not friendly either. I don't know why you think he's friendly. No, I'm talking the robot.
No. Oh.
Well, I
thought that you were talking about you.
Well, that is true, but you keep saying
he's not friendly either. Just so that you know. This is Don, since he won't say his name on camera.
Oh, I could have. I was just messing with you.
And Nathan Fillion is here.
Woo!
Hey, Nathan Fillion. So we've got Rob S. Hi, Colleen. Hi, Nathan Fillion. Hi, and we're not toasting yet. We're not toasting yet.
You kind of you saw that in the chat, and then you just went bunny.
But I was excited because Nathan Fillion is here. Hi.
So what are we doing today?
So tonight, we are taking a look at the biggest of big guys, except he's not the biggest of big guys. Maybe the whitest of white guys, except he's definitely not the whitest of white guys.
I don't think you should go there with that. I think
I probably should not. But nonetheless,
you went there, so hey.
The cityest of city guys. City. He is. Metrosexual Metroplex. There are 2 out of 3 of them.
That's Philip.
No, that's Metroplex. Those are both Metroplex.
The one on the one with the red, that's Philip.
No, this is Metroplex.
That's Philip.
This is also Metroplex.
Well,
and actually we have more Metroplex. Oh my gosh. We've got Metroplex here too, and so this is going to be lots of Metroplex. But before we get into that, it's the show and tell segment. I've got stuff to show and tell. You've got stuff to show and tell. You brought stuff to show and tell. Show us.
Well, I thought you were going to do first.
Oh, okay. Well, if you want,
it says that you're doing first. So
okay, fine. So. You want to hold? You want to hold the thing? Yeah.
Okay. So first
we've got so coming up next Sunday. Go ahead. So August 8th, Toy Palooza. That is D&E Collectibles, which is the local vintage toy show that we go to almost every week. If not more than once a week. They're putting on their toy show. It is going to be held at the Pittsburgh Indoor Sports Arena in Cheswick, PA. And the early bird admission is going to be $8 a person. The general admission at 11 a.m. is going to be $5. Early bird is 10 a.m. $8. General admission 11 a.m. $5. It'll be a good time, and you go in, and there's going to be lots of vendors, and they're going to have all the toys. They're going to have all the toys, and then you buy all the toys.
And then they won't have all the toys, but you'll have the toys.
Then you'll have the toys. So,
and I will say that they went. This is an incredible flyer. It really is.
You know what? It is. I want that as a poster. All right. Well,
I wasn't sure if it was going to do that.
It's made of a thick poster.
Oh, it is. It's chewy.
Getting your fiber.
Oh yeah.
All right. So
that
is Toy Palooza.
Yeah.
And so last week, was it just last week?
Yeah.
Holy crap. Last Saturday. Was it Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday.
Was the Too Groovy toy show here in the Pittsburgh area, and I got deals. So, just to show you some of the stuff that I got a Transformers Generation 1 Snarl, which people who have been on this channel for a while know that my generation Snarl has seen better days. And so we got this one that is in pretty decent shape. It was missing a spring in one of the dino legs, and it's got a broken tail joint. So wait here, let me move these out of the way. There's also the little nub that locks in this leg is broken. I can fix that. But you see how, you know, this tail piece has there's a little bit of a break right there. So we'll need to replace that pin.
Till all are broken.
This one started out broken. This one is
so you're going to break it more?
No, I'm going to fix it.
Oh, and then you're going to break it.
No.
On camera.
Then I'm going to show it on camera and be like, but look at how nice the paint is and how nice the finish is on this toy. Yeah. He's in beautiful shape, except for some loose joints and that broken tail. So
yeah, I mean, that's
and
really nice.
Please don't put it in your mouth.
Put it in my mouth.
Please do not. Please do not. I said please.
You said the word please.
I said please.
And I know you said the words put it in your mouth. Those all words were said.
Do you see what I've been like? He comes up early in the morning. So
I do not. Well, I leave early in the morning.
I have
never arrived here before noon.
That's true. So anyway, that's my Snorlax. You see how I kind of fold him up to fit him into the baggie, so that there's not a lot of sticky outy bits that can get hurt. So I also, now this is one that I already own. No. So this is a Titans Returns Blur, and he's got all of his pieces. He's in great shape. But the reason I got him is because I would like to use this hood to make a new hood for my HasCon exclusive RC, which is a retool of this toy. So that's something. And then I also got a Gen 1 Barrage. He's got some broken bits, just some little broken bits, but I'm going to be doing some work on that at some point to fix those broken bits. And of course, some of you were here for my impromptu live stream. Was it last Saturday afternoon?
Yeah.
So this is Transformers Armada Scavenger, and he, you know, his one tread was split in several places, and it was, you know, like there was a big chunk that was just not on it, and I fixed it by stitching the tread. So you can see there's some stitching there, and wait here, let's straighten his arm out so that we can roll this this tread around, and you can see there's some stitching there. And then I've got another little stitch repair there, another stitch repair there and there. But yeah, so getting these rubber treads back in shape with just some needle and thread, and I did use a little bit of used motor oil to condition the rubber and hopefully help it to not dry rot. But I wanted to show him off because he's actually a really cool toy. He's got this walking action. Yeah, you roll him across the table, and he does that. And then when he's in vehicle mode, he has this little offset cam right here on his shoulder that goes around, which causes the shovel to go up and down as you roll him. And he's got a passenger compartment for his Minicon, which unfortunately he did not come with his Minicon, so we'll have to search that down. But you know, these are still the original batteries, and he's working, and except for that dry rot on the tread and the missing Minicon, he's in excellent shape. $10. So that was cool.
All right.
So what do you got?
Well, so I was in Walmart the other day, and I found myself.
No, wait. Let's show what this one's mine.
So this is Clay. So we got the Deus Army drone.
Right.
And I found this is
Deus Army drone. Boy, he looks a lot like Ironhide. Like, he looks. That must be a Deus Army drone that is pretending to be he's disguised. He's Deus Army Drone disguised as Ironhide.
I was just but I couldn't really. I'm like, seriously.
Of course, now you can't take it out of the pack because that would ruin the because then it's just an Ironhide.
And we also have, it says deep cover, but this one is deepest cover.
I have a suspicion that that even has like the plastic things.
Oh yeah, okay. So obviously, this is I bought this because I'm like, okay, I just can't resist. This is 2015 Fracture from
Cyberverse? Is it Cyberverse?
No,
Bumblebee Adventure.
No, it's
Robots in Disguise.
Robots in Disguise. Robots in Disguise.
In my head, those are all the same thing. Just so that you know,
it's the Cartoon Network cartoon series toy tie-in stuff.
So,
but I mean, when I looked at, the packaging. The person who obviously this is not a factory mispack. Somebody did this.
So somebody bought the toy and then put a different figure inside, returned the toy because they would rather have deep cover than Fracture. That's what you're speculating.
I guess, but when I looked at this thing, I'm like, the toy that is in here is in exquisite shape, as you can see inside I have not taken it out of the box. I don't want to take it out of the box. The box is the artwork. Yes, there's some little dings here, little bulges there. I have seen worse packaging on the shelf. Like, I've seen an Optimus Prime. I have a picture on my phone, but just a chunk ripped out of it. So to say that, you should have known, I'm like, no, this is nothing worse. This box would have been like this when they did this job.
No, if I had
it is
seen
literally just a loving. I think it's hysterical. Somebody went to the trouble. If you really look at the ties, you can tell. Okay, that one is poked through, not an initial, but a lot of work for a blue side swipe repaint. And this is the toy is $15. Yes, I paid $15 for somebody's Etsy craft project, as far as I'm concerned.
Hey, stuff on Etsy is usually more than $15.
And that was kind of. I looked this guy up on eBay, and I couldn't find a out of the pack missing his mini cons. Generally booking at much under 15.
You know what? I would have put the hot rod that came with the 3 little Sharkticons in the box because that toy is worthless. That is just a worthless toy.
I have no idea why they chose this one.
I don't know either.
Because he doesn't fit in quite well.
So let's see. I also got landfill.
Oh, you're doing landfill?
Well, I'm not going to do the whole landfill, but all the pieces are here. All the, and these are in the original colors. You guys know that I love Landfill. I love that toy. I've got the Walmart exclusive version that's all the same color, which to me is better than having all the different colors. But because I love it so much, and especially since I have talked so much crap on Grimlock here, I thought it would be good to have the originals in their original colors and an unmodified Grimlock, so that at some point I can show you what I mean when I say he's just terrible. Just terrible. Like, what? I don't know what they were thinking. So we also, Monica got some treasures. We got the. So this is Strider. This is Strider, and he is a He-Man horse. And strangely enough, you can fit a He-Man guy. $5. $5. That's awesome. Okay. And then we also got the Battle Ram. $5. $5.
$5. Cheap to you right now.
So,
I'm not selling that to them. Okay.
So does the front detach?
Yep,
does
it's
it like?
Supposed
So
to.
do you? What do you do? You just pull it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And it go, and then it's like an aerial thing, and they fly around on it. So that's cool. And then we've got Saw Boss, And Sawboss is I remember
Jace and the Wheeled Warriors.
Jace and the Wheeled Warriors.
And he's one of the evil guys.
Yes. I knew that right away because I mean,
he's got a saw.
He's got a saw.
He's also got.
He's got.
There's eyes on the hood.
There's so the hood is Toothless the dragon from How to Train Your Dragon, and then he's got these cool tread things, which you know what, you can get these for your truck. And they're like $70,000 a piece or something ridiculous like that. But you can get them. So anyway, that was the Too Groovy show, and then there's another one on next week. And you also So on my way down, I go through the different Walmarts. So I was wandering through Walmart, and I mean, come on, talk about Retrobot. That is a Retrobot right there.
For your convenience, I am monitored to respond to the name Robbie.
So, you got Robbie the Robot.
I got Robbie the Robot, light sound. He was not even total $4.
That's amazing. I never find deals like that at Walmart.
Can we get
maybe? Here.
Can you see that receipt? It comes.
There we go. Look at that. $373. Is that it?
That was before tax. After tax, it's $396. Yeah, I'm walking down, because we always make jokes about how Walmart clearance,
Yeah, usually
half stag it, maybe it's 10% off, right? And they usually don't go that deep on. And so I'm just down the shelves, and I went, wait a minute. Does that say $3?
Wow.
And then I read the text, it says, usually $15. I'm like, okay.
Huh. So yeah. I would have jumped all over that. So let's toast our chat, because you guys are here and we are here, and Dawn also got us some Transformers Tiki mugs, so that's important.
These are part of the Geeky Tiki line from Walmart.
Geeky Tiki.
It's on the lid, but
I'm not going to tip it too far forward.
No. That's bad.
There would be tears and laughter. You can figure out who would have the tears and who would have the laughter. So, without any further ado, a toast to Rob S. A toast to Collini. A toast to Nathan Fillion. And a welcome toast to Asher and Michael Spicer. Not to mention a toast to the lovely and talented Monica. And a toast to Retrobot. He's around here he's antagonizing the cat. But nonetheless, a toast to Retrobot. He's
evil.
He can't eat the cat. He doesn't even have a mouth. So, a toast to Retrobot. And you know what? A toast to you for making the trip. And bringing me Optimus Prime. And so, as we, before we dive in, tonight's word is...
And it was brought up in the chat that we'd already said it, but I don't think it counts until it's actually
It doesn't count until we announce it. So I feel like that's the rule.
I just thought I would throw it out there to those in the chat that now it counts.
Now it counts. And by the way, this week was Peter Cullen's birthday. That's right. Optimus Prime's birthday was July 28th. There he is, the voice of Optimus Prime, the voice of my generation's robot father. July 28th. Happy birthday, Peter Cullen, and I'm really what I'm also glad about is that he's watching this live stream right now. I know he's not on the chat because he's kind of a big deal. I understand he's not going to get involved on the chat, but he's watching. We know he's watching. Happy birthday, Peter.
Also the voice of Venger.
Also the voice at the beginning of Voltron.
That's true.
And
No, that was that
the voice of
the
dragon from Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, Welker did Uni. She was doing Uni.
Oh, Uni. Welker did Uni.
Yeah, because we were on the Welker stream.
That's right. Okay.
Welker did Uni.
Welker did any animal sound.
And Cullen did Venger.
If you had lines, you hired Cullen. If you just had noises, you hired Welker. That's how it worked.
What I love is there's a bit between the two when they're talking. He's like, yeah, when I was coming up with the thing of Megatron, I wanted a voice that, and he turns to Cullen and he's like, that you couldn't steal from me.
So, here we go. This is for you, Peter Cullen.
Oh, my ukulele birthday, and a bucket of cake. My ukulele birthday, and a bucket of cake. Oh, my ukulele birthday, and a bucket of cake.
My ukulele birthday, and a bucket of cake.
And a bucket of cake.
And a bucket of cake. There, it's just a short one.
Alright, that's fine.
He might not be watching. So.
Yep, thank.
No, he's definitely watching. Oh, look at that.
Look at that.
Wow. Alright, so.
Hold on.
Wow, you're really doing this. Okay.
Abso-freaking-lutely.
So, Peter Cullen, if you're watching, I need you to blow out the candle. Only if you're watching.
Autobots, blow out!
Oh! Nicely done. And that proves that he's watching, because if he wasn't watching, that candle would still be lit. Yeah, you can tell everyone.
You need to upload that to the internet for him.
Okay, well, I only want to upload the cupcake because I don't want to lose my Masterpiece Prime. So here we go. All right, Peter, just get close to your screen. Do you got it, Peter? Got it? Ah, that's good. All right. So enjoy your cupcake.
So now we need to...
No, you can't.
But it was the cake, right?
No, that was Optimus Prime.
He still might be
we
delicious.
gave you cake. You can put that in your mouth.
All right.
Oh yeah. I love Peter Cullen's birthday. So. Yeah. All right. So. Without any further ado, I know we're 20 minutes in, but...
Well, I knew the show and tell would run long.
Yeah, we had a lot to show and tell. So, without any further ado, Metroplex, there he is. And let me just move Cybertron Metroplex out of the way. We will get to him.
Yay, Philip!
No, he's not Philip. So, here he is. This is the original... come on, Come on, you know, I know that I'm not good looking, but there we go. Let's straighten the camera out. So, this is my Metroplex. Well, okay, this is the Metroplex that I bought secondhand after the fire that happened in my house when I was in 9th grade. And my first Metroplex was stained with smoke damage, and you know it was in bad shape. So I bought this one from a friend, and for some reason he wasn't like into Transformers anymore, but I still was, and would remain so. And you have to understand that, you know, even though he wasn't. Yeah, that you know what, I'm just going to keep it down. I'm keeping the antenna down, all right? There it is. It's down. It's staying down. Even though this toy was not that big. Just to put things into perspective, I'm going to bring him here so you can see him. And this is him. And he's a big toy. He's chunky. He's, you know, there's a lot of girth here. But he was about the same size as Power Master Optimus Prime. he didn't tower over the other Transformers, but then again, none of the Transformers that were supposedly really, really big towered over in Gen 1. They were just, a little bit bigger, or in some cases not even, like in the case of Monstructor, who was about, I think he was about the size of an Action Master once combined. So
I mean, Devastator, the big thing that was towered over by Blaster.
Yes, absolutely.
I wasn't towered over, but yeah.
But Blaster was bigger than...
yeah,
Blaster was absolutely bigger. Jetfire was about the same size. And Shockwave was about the same size.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, you work so hard to get all 6 Constructicons, and then they're still only about, just kind of... So Rob says, why does he have his guns on the front of his legs pointing upwards? That just looks weird. That's just kind of weapon storage, because you can, he can hold his guns, and we could perhaps do this. Oh, okay, well, we can't do that. So they didn't quite make all of the pegs 100% compatible, but yeah, you could have him holding both guns, but I think that the kneecap is just it's a place to store them, and you can see that he's got his backpack, which is actually part of 6 guns. 6 Gun. His name is 6 Gun. But yeah, this was still a really, really cool toy in 1986, and what I loved about it wasn't just that you had a big robot that was you could imagine that he was like, and oh no, I don't have my guns, but I've still got big fists, even if they're completely hollow on the inside. I can.
You got these guns.
You got these guns. Well, here's what you can do with the guns. So wait, here, I'm gonna hand these to you. Don't put them in your mouth. So that's 1 gun. That's 2 gun. That's 3 gun. This is 4 gun. Take this off. And what do we have? 5 and 6. 6 gun. And you want to do the thing? You want to do the thing? You're going to do the thing. Show it on camera. Show it on camera. So we have...
So I took this bit off. And I guess it goes here.
It goes there. It goes there.
And we shove this.
This is more fun than your enthusiasm is indicating.
Oh, no, it's
so
not.
it is. It's cool. I loved this when I was a kid. You put that there.
Parts formers.
Well, you know what? Parts forming is something that, especially for these guys that were pack-in inclusions. Now, here, put that back on. Okay, so you have this on his back, and then he's got guns for arms, he's got guns for legs, and his name is 6 Gun. Huh?
And he's made out of 6 gun. Even though there's 6 of them and it should be plural.
He's made out of 6 guns, but his name is 6 Gun. And that's cool. I mean, this is a guy that he like points at the Decepticons and then just starts blowing them away because he doesn't have any fingers. So
that's not a very handy guy to have around.
Thank you for that. Thank you.
No apologies.
So yeah. So let's just say that 6 Gun is in his robot mode, and so you've got Metroplex here, and it's like, okay, well, I still have my guns up here. I can go pew, 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 and probably he can shoot out of these. I would imagine that these can shoot. I don't know, but I'm imagining that they could. And then you also, oh, look at that. This is just a vehicle guy named Slammer. He turns into a little white tank. And so you got your little tank, so he can be like, yeah, you know what? I will fire in my boob tank. I've got a boob tank, and I'm gonna fire at you with my boob tank. So that's pretty cool. And here's the other thing that you could do. You could take the fist off, and you could take your boob tank, and you could peg the boob tank onto his arm, or you extend the tower and you could be like, I'm going to stick you with my... I can stick you with my boob tower. No! He will regret that, so who knew boob tanks were so great, Colleen says. And you know what? I didn't realize until very, very recently how great boob tanks were. But I'm gonna eat that. Oh, go. So,
tell you what. So while you're chewing here, Metroplex was released in both the U.S. and Japan in 1986. Both at the same time, which was new for this line because everything else was Diaclone. And I did that because I know she's not ready, so the sound effect will be late because I'm a prick. But in Japan, Metroplex is part of the Japanese trade.
There it is.
So in Japan, Metroplex is part of the Japanese. And now I pay for my, hey, fair. I own what I reap what I sow, and I make no apologies. In Japan, Metroplex is part of the Japanese Transformers line. Fight! Super Robot Lifeform Transformers! Which was subtitled Scramble City.
You know what? They are a super robot life form. So,
somehow, I got nothing against, but I feel that a lot of stuff, when you look at the actual the English translation of what the Japanese say, I feel it's a bit wordy. And
well, that's why we like to kind of poke, just because for us it seems overly verbose, but I bet that in Japanese it actually sounds way cooler.
It probably does. So I'm just saying, from my perspective it looks stupid, but it's my perspective.
Well,
and that perspective may be stupid. So
here's another thing that's cool. You can put him into sort of peace mode, so no guns. You don't have guns. You also had this thing which was like a missile array here, so you can have that close. So you can put him into a more non-aggressive stance. So anyway, so you had the Diaclone line that was brought to the United States by Hasbro from Japan. Then you had... Thank you. And then you have the Transformers that would then go back over to Japan from the US that was Fight Super Robot Lifeform Transformers. And so it's weird how this stuff just kind of feeds into itself, which you could even go further back and go to the whole G.I. Joe Action Man that was the fully articulated thing, which would then go over to Japan and become a robot toy, which would then become, they would re-engineer it down into a smaller size to make Micromen, and then Micromen
had the Micro Change line,
and then that would end up becoming... And, you get the Micronauts, and you'd get Micro Change, and Micro Change would end up being rolled into Transformers. It all feeds into itself. We need a conspiracy board for this stuff. We absolutely need a conspiracy board, and the map should be a risk board. So
I have an old Risk board.
So we can make this happen.
Especially because I own many copies of the Risk for my age, which I don't know which printing that was, but I took one and literally.
As old as you are, it's probably the first printing.
Oh no! Risk goes way back, but
so
I way before. I'm talking
What's funny is I'm a year older than he is.
6 months. Almost.
Okay, depending on which time of year it is. Anyway.
So I took the Risk board. I was like, I love this as a world map. So I took an old frame that was my grandfather had done watercolors, and they put it in this nice wooden frame, and I just nailed the board right to the wooden frame. Drove 2 finishing nails.
Screw heritage, Grandpa! I'm putting a Risk board here. I remember that hanging in the apartment. It was very nice.
It was very nice. Yeah. It wasn't
never saw the
until about 3 years ago. I'd been married for 2 years. That wrist board finally fell off the frame.
So, let's pull out some Protectobots, because as part of the Scramble City line, Metroplex was designed to have interactivity with the other combiner teams of the time, the Scramble City combiners.
Hey, these were mine, so they count. You said the rule was if they're yours, I can't put them in your mouth, but these were mine, so...
Some of them were yours. At least one of those was mine. So... Alright, so here we have Streetwise, the police car, and he's got his little combiner peg, and so what you could do is you could just plug that right into the shoulder here. Maybe. And I remember in the instructions they showed aerial bots, but honestly the Protectobots were always cooler than the aerial bots.
Oh yeah.
And then we'll take Groove. We got Groove. Groove. I don't know why I'm saying it like that, but I'm saying Groove. And we can take off his little kneecap things. There we go. Take off that kneecap thing and take off this kneecap thing. And see, he's got combiner slots here, or combiner things, so we can just peg Groove into his knee right there. Now, don't get fussy with me. And then we'll take first aid. And we'll take one of our whichever first aid is less yellowed.
Yellow.
So there we go. We've got tan first aid versus brown first aid. So yeah, we'll put him right in there, and then we'll take. Oh wait, no. He should go. He should be a knee. He should absolutely be a knee. So we'll do that.
Oh, Groove made a horrible arm. He always made a decent leg. So yeah, you'd want him on as a leg.
Right. And then we've got Blades, which I actually had to do a little bit of a repair on Blades here. I wonder if I can show it. Can I show it? Whoops,
no.
There's a whole bunch of stuff right here. There we go. So look at that. You can see that I put. So I glued the blade itself had broken off.
Till all are broken.
And I didn't break. It was broken in the bag.
It wasn't broken when I gave him to you.
Well, you know what? That was quite a few years ago. But so I glued it on, but then I also took some gray thread and wrapped the gray thread around the broken part and around the blade, and I added some more super glue to reinforce the joint, and now we have fixed blades. So, you know, that's cool.
I think now that since we're talking about blades, it's a good thing for saying Osaka Jack is here.
Oh!
And if that was not a clunky transition, I don't know what.
That makes no sense at all. But
that's okay.
A toast to Osaka Jack.
A lot of things on this live stream don't make sense.
So welcome, Osaka Jack. And so we'll take our Protectobot here and blammo. See, the weight is a little bit much for that joint, but nonetheless. So yeah, now you've got Metroplex powered up with Protectobots, and that's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. It's something. It's something that he does. He does this.
Now, what's interesting is in the actual Japanese, they were like Metroplex. The combination. It's not just if you wanted to use Stunticons or Combaticons,
sure,
you could do it.
Sure,
you know,
and you can, you absolutely can.
Even when you use the ramp bits and hotspots repair bay.
What am I losing? I lost Scamper.
Yeah, Scamper.
Okay, so here you find Scamper, and Setoyami is here. Hey, welcome, Setoyami.
Speaking of losing Scamper,
I don't know. That has nothing to do with you.
Totally.
I apologize, Setoyami, because Don's really not very smart, and he says things that don't make sense. We like to be don't put that in your mouth. Do not put that in your mouth. So now one thing that I liked about this toy was for a Gen 1 character, he was a little more posable than most. He had a rotating waist, so it had this clicker joint that makes me nervous now because it's
till all are broken.
So you have fully articulated hips. You have shoulder joints, no elbows, no neck joint, no knee joints, unless you want to kind of have this sideways thing like he's straddling something, but still, for a Gen 1er, he was pretty good.
And this is one of the later versions of Metroplex. And how you can tell is the initial version of Metroplex had rubber tires. These tires are rubber. These are plastic.
These are
also,
plastic.
The little chrome bits.
Yeah, the first runs were completely chromed legs instead of white plastic with just a silver sticker. So I got a later one. I remember getting this for Christmas, and I was so excited, and I set it up and I put it into his city mode, and then we had an N-gauge train, and we had that going around it, which was really cool. Oh, I said it. I said the thing. So.
And roll.
So,
oh
no. No. So Metroplex does suffer from a number of weak points. Unfortunately, one of them is the waist, which is why when it made that noise, it's like, please,
all are broken.
Please.
Oh, you're totally gonna break something during a live stream.
There's a launcher in the chest, so he's got this launcher thing, and you can have a guy in there, and you can go like that. And
wouldn't that have a nice test subject? Do you have a test subject to launch at?
You know what? I will in just a moment. Let's put him into city mode, and then... Oh! Very good. Nicely done. There is a peg on the back here that apparently breaks pretty easily, and I know from experience that the pegs on Scamper here on his arms break because the peg on my Scamper broke. This is the second one that I got with this Metroplex because of the fire and everything. So there are some things that you do need to be careful, but fortunately we have been lucky enough to have this in pretty much one piece. The worst thing that's wrong with this one is just that he's yellowing with age. So I'm going to take off all these Protectobots because we don't really need all these Protectobots on here. And I'm going to take off the fists because we really don't need the fists on here. And I am going to turn him into his battle station mode.
Wow.
So
that's actually die-cast.
Yeah, they did still have a little bit of die-cast plastic.
Not much when you got to these guys, but that one was still die-cast.
So the head goes down. You expose the guns here. Yeah, he's got guns that you can put on. You put the arms like that, and the little boy. I'm just losing stuff. Here we go. So. We'll actually we can have.
Someone needs to join the chat so I can blame that on as a reason to greet them. It's not fair.
Sorry, if somebody else comes in, we haven't seen Ty Guy yet, so if Ty Guy comes in, you can blame it on him. So then you bring the legs forward and you have these front panels that fold over, and then he turns into this wheeled vehicle. And what you can do is you can also take these kneecap things and you can just put them. No.
You lost something again.
And there's that antenna that keeps popping out. Oh, there it is. There it is. I found it. I found it. So this is his assault mode. Of course, it's better if you've got 6-gun. And so you take all of his bits, and this really adds to the attackness of this vehicle.
You're not showing this on camera.
I know. Here, hold this up. Just hold it and don't get it anywhere close to your mouth.
That may not be possible.
So
to hold it in camera. I am just saying.
So,
you may be asking too much of actual physics as opposed to just being a normal.
Just deal with it. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna put it on there, and I'm gonna take this, and I'm gonna put it right back here. It goes on. Oh wait, it doesn't go on unless you have this on. So that's stop. Don't. Behold, I am totally new person to the chat, Ojaka Sack. Welcome, Ojaka Sack.
It's your fault the thing keeps falling off.
Speaking of things falling off, Ojaka Sack is here. Thank you, Ojaka Sack, for joining us. Oh, you know what? This may be the best way to grow this channel. All we need is for all of you to have extra accounts. So there you go. Now he looks like something. Look at that. He's like this. You see this rolling your direction, and remember, this is ginormous. Like this would be wider than all 16 lanes of the highway, rolling over the mountain.
This is supposed to be the scale of, I don't know, some large metropolitan area, or perhaps, a city! Yeah.
So let me go ahead. Wait, here, I got my little thingy here. I don't
think I would call that little. I mean, it's little in comparison to some things, but.
So let's put him on the side camera so that you can really see him up close
in blurrovision.
No. I can get him into. I can get it into focus. There we go. That's better. That is better. So, yeah, you take a look, and that's a cool thing. And yeah, it's pretty much him just sitting on his legs, but they put some wheels there, and you got guns everywhere.
He's tucked his head in, and he's riding a toboggan down the hill.
Yes, but he's got a lot of guns.
Fair enough.
and you know what?
That's something Rambo never did. Ride a toboggan shooting his machine gun.
That is something that Rambo never did.
And I think he needs to.
Well, they're probably still
level.
They're probably still making those movies, so who knows? We might get an 80-year-old Rambo riding a toboggan down a hill.
And while he's doing it, Rosebud!
He never yelled Rosebud.
It's a Citizen Kane reference.
I know it is, but it's not a Rambo reference.
But it's just the Rosebud was the sled, the toboggan.
Okay, fine. Okay.
It was brilliant, and you refused to.
I'll. You know what?
Ojaka Sack gets it.
Thank you, Ojaka Sack. So that is his sort of. Oh, Joy is here. So speaking of Ojaka Sack, Joy is here. I am so sorry, Joy. I am so sorry.
I'm not
Joy.
I caused chaos. I make no apologies for it.
So, of course, the real reason that you wanted this as a kid was because of the mode. So, let's go ahead and take off some of these. Thank you for that. And we'll take that off of there. He's got parts all over the place. Oh, you can do that. Is that a thing? Is that like a stated thing, or is that just? Or you?
It's
just
a thing
doing,
now.
You're just doing things.
I'm just.
You're doing stuff. Okay, you can do stuff. Okay, so you get all the extra parts.
Hey, if he's supposed to combine with Metroplex, why can't you use his parts too?
Well, it looks like you can.
Yeah.
So, all right. What we're going to do here is we're going to kind of split the legs, and I'm going to pull them away from the body so that we have a little bit more room to maneuver. And then you're going to rotate these around this way so that the wheels are on top. But here, I'm not gonna go all the way because I need room to open this door, and I need room to open this door. And now here's that waist joint that goes click, 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 click. Oh, I'm also gonna pivot this building here. So I'm going to rotate that around cautiously. And now I'm going to bring this up like this. And so I could have that go like this, and I could do that. And, you know, there's actually a lot of versatility here. You can move these panels around in different ways. And then you open up this door here. And I like to open up the missiles right there. And then you take the arm, and this is kind of cool. Okay, so you take the arm here, and it's on this slide joint. You're going to slide it all the way back and around to the back of this, and then you're going to rotate it, and then, oh, you know what? You have to pop the head up in order to do this. So you have to open this up, and now you can rotate this back around. You can pop his head back down, and now we take, not yet, because he's going to fall off. So then you can take your dude here.
Boob cannon.
Your boob cannon.
Boob tank.
You can take your boob tank. And you can even take, so here, wait. You can take the turret off of the boob tank, and then that makes this look a little bit more like a building. And you can take your 6-gun guy here, or at least the body of 6-gun, and you take his body apart, and you take the chest piece and put it over top of the head, and put it just like that. And then that's going to peg into these little slots right here on the helipad, and go just like that. And so at this point, we can, you know, there's lots of different things that you can do. You can take the little kneecap things, and you can put them inside here to make like a little bay for smaller transformers, or you could take one of these and put it back in the thing here, and then it could do that, you know, kind of cover up that thing there. And so you have this whole, this is a play set now. Oh, here, this is also important. You have this, and then what can we do? Could we put that in there? You could do that. Oh, where's that tank turret?
I have it on hotspot right now.
Oh. Well, you can do that.
You can do that.
Or you could take the tank turret and you could put it right here on that. And then you can also take these things and you can have them aimed, you know, you can have them on the shoulders, or if we wanted to, we could take this one and put that, I think that'll go like right in there. Yeah, so you can do that. And then you can maybe take this one and we'll put that one there. We go. And we'll put that right there like that, and then we got a couple of these. So, you know, there's just all sorts of things. You can take this antenna thing and you can put it in this hole here, and so there's options here. There's all sorts of options for different ways to configure this guy.
Tell you what, we'll do right up there, and then we'll come back because I got a few things to add here.
So Vincent Jones is here. So a toast to Vincent Jones. Welcome, Vincent.
And he says that here and happy to help grow the channel from my other account.
Ooh, all right. Thank you, Vincent.
So
Extra points to whoever can figure out who Vincent Jones is in his first account. So,
now, can you get that off there without me destroying it?
what, this?
Yeah.
Sure.
Because you'll notice there's a peg here. This is where either Silverbolt or Onslaught could connect on to Metroplex. That's why you have this peg here.
Oh, okay.
Now, on this side, I think Hotspot is supposed to connect on either like this side or he's supposed to go over here somehow. And then you can do the same thing with Motormaster. Because...
Except that we don't know how he connects, do we?
No, I don't even remember how. I know the repair bay was kind of like what I have here.
You know what? I have a suspicion. Because he's got this conspicuous rectangle that sticks out.
That's his legs.
I know that that's his legs, but that's it right there. See, I know this stuff. Okay? I've been doing this for a long time. Bam, look at that.
Actually, it was his butt, but...
You plug his butt into that little rectangular spot right there. I am so good at this. Yeah! Whoa!
And you could do the same thing with Motormaster.
And you could do the same thing with Motormaster if you so chose. So, there's... Let me put him... I'm going to try and put him on the other camera. Here, would you...
I would put him in front of the other camera. That camera is very small. He will not balance on the other camera. Just so you know.
The view is the other camera. So, you know what? Wait, here. Let me do this.
You spin me right round, baby. Right round like a record, baby. Right round, round mound.
You know what?
Hey,
you're helping. You're helping.
I'm entertaining them while you're doing what you're doing. So,
you are helping. I'm not gonna criticize it. So let's put him there. And see here's the other thing. Now you can take the mini cars, and this could be the combiner mini vehicles or even the other Autobots that were mini cars like Bumblebee and Cliff Jumper and all those guys, and you can put them in these little slots here, these little bays, and it makes a playset. Can I get that in focus? Probably not. So there you go. It's actually... Oh, yeah, we gotta put...
Shove it. Will he fit in the boob tank slot?
He absolutely will fit in the boob tank slot. So,
and we just need a place for that, which will it fit on...
Here, we can put that there, and then we can put him over here in this little bay. So, we'll put him over here in the Michael Bay. So...
I think that's a good thing for a motorcycle. It just needs to explode.
So, and then... Now, if I had a toy completely at random, let's see, I'll just pick a toy completely at random. Oh, look, it's Jar Jar Binks. Hello, Jar Jar. Misa lava being in front of a city. Oh, no!
Oh, by the way.
Yes. You know what? No regrets.
First Aid was the pacifist of the Protectobots, wasn't he?
Yes,
I love that is who we used for that, by the way.
Hey, he was just kind of bumping into him. It was a friendly bump. So yeah, you look at all of the stuff that came with Gen 1 Metroplex, and he was a lot of fun. And then they also, so I'm gonna bring this guy out. This is the little Autobot car, the mini car that was included with Metroplex. This is Scamper, and the tank's name was Slammer, so Boob Tank actually has a name. Now, you can see that many years ago, decades ago actually at this point, I did some work on this gun because it looks like it's been chewed up, and this is not by Dawn, strangely enough. But the thing is that Scamper here had a little bit of parts forming. So you would take the arms off of, and see there it actually looks more like a car. It's a 6-wheeled car, but nonetheless,
turn them upside down for a second.
And so
is he pretty? No, okay, he's not that hollow that they could have held stuff underneath. So.
No, they really couldn't have. But I always wish that they would have just had like a little joint that had the arms swing up here. But you know, he was the pack-in Autobot, so they did him as cheap as they could. And then you still had this, which was kind of a cool motion. And you would do that, and then we take the arms here. And then I just see now you can have the gun right there, and I shaved off the top that way it would fit in between the arms when it was on top of the vehicle. And for some reason they molded him with sideways fists. I don't know why, but they did. So that is Scamper, and that way, if you had no other Transformers characters, which, yeah, right, your first Transformer is going to be Metroplex. I doubt it, but if you didn't, on the off chance that you had no other Transformers, you got Pack-In Scamper, and now Scamper could come out of the little tunnel, and he could be in the bays, and you know you could have a guy to live in your metropolitan robot area, and see what I did there? I called it a metropolitan robot area.
Now, this came out just before Transformers the movie.
Right. And that's the other thing about Metroplex. He comes out right before Transformers the movie. And then you have this scene that takes place on Autobot City. I guess we don't even get music for that one.
I kind of let into it, so I guess she thought you'd skip it.
You know,
so.
she's doing stuff.
Yeah,
I see her typing wildly, so things are going on. Thank you. So,
Diaclone.
So, City.
Oh, by the way, well, speaking of all this insanity,
Christopher Remley is here! Christopher Remley doesn't really have anything to do with insanity.
As if somehow there was logic outside of what just happened, oh, someone is here. That has been happening so far.
So far. So anyway, I don't know what the heck I was talking. Oh yes, the movie. So there's that scene at the beginning of the movie, and we're not going to drink about this until I get to the end of this segment because the word is going to come up a lot. But they're attacking Autobot City on Earth. And then you get to the scene where they say, "Transform Autobot City." And so as a kid, I'm thinking, oh, it's going to be Metroplex. It's going to be Metroplex. It wasn't Metroplex. The city, like, now as an adult, I can look back and I can watch that sequence, and they had a lot of really cool animations there. You know, all these parts folding, and like the thing where little cables were sucking in, and that whole thing with Starscream chasing.
Oh, my foot!
And, you know, everything, okay? So it's actually a really, really cool sequence. But when I was a kid, it was like, wait a minute. Metroplex is Autobot City. Why isn't this Metroplex? It just kind of folds up a bit. That's not Metroplex. That's not a giant robot. I have been ripped off. And so, nonetheless, Metroplex, the Autobot City, was not the Autobot City from Transformers the movie. I believe that the story is that after they rebuilt, I don't know, after they rebuilt from the attack on Autobot City or something. Well, no, because then there's the whole scramble thing.
Oh, you're not gonna do it? Okay, that's fine.
Scramble
City!
video.
that came before the movie.
Right,
so
which
Metroplex
shows, you know what. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and Tim Kangaroo is here! Welcome, Tim Kangaroo! A toast to Tim Kangaroo. Don't you put that down.
I've been drinking the whole bloody time. And it's just got the part I remember the words that do not contain the secret word.
All right, so...
and you said it doesn't count if I sing along and I say the secret word, so not nearly as much fun.
I did say that. All right, so here, let me... Can you take this without putting any of it in your mouth?
All of this will not fit.
You please?
I know I am very
will you please
verbose
take that
and boisterous, but no, it will
and
not
move
fit.
that to a place that's safe and nowhere near your mouth. So, all right. So, Rob S says, and to make things even more complicated, the Marvel Comics adaptation referred to Autobot as Fortress Maximus. For reasons. No. That goes over there. So, that is... Oh, Tim Kangaroo. Wait, I'm getting a message from my finger. Tim Kangaroo says, whoa, Tiki Transformers mugs. Heck yeah, Tim Kangaroo.
If you can find them at your local Walmart, they are not in the toy section. They would be in the near the electronics where they have their, like, retro geek collectible stuff. Geeky Tikis. I saw those.
That placement doesn't make any sense to me, but whatever. And by the way, a toast to Rob and Tim Kangaroo and Setoyami says, I'm glad I don't drink with you guys. I would be in trouble by now.
This is a lovely fruit cocktail beverage. Absolutely, totally.
It's yes, it's fruity and
there's
bubbly.
Fruit. There is fruit in there.
But by the way,
possibly something else, but just
we don't have that other antenna thing, do we? I don't see it here. Okay, never mind. Never mind the other antenna thing. So, oh nope. That's the turret that goes to Slammer. So
you mean Boob Tank?
Boob Tank.
He's now officially Boob Tank.
That is his official name.
I mean, it might as well be the name of him in the dub.
The headmaster's dub.
The headmaster's dub. This is Boob Tank. He belongs with Philip.
So, here, let's move Jar Jar out of the way. There we go. And...
Gee, you seem to show no love for Jar Jar. I can't imagine.
So fast forward, it would be... Even though Metroplex was well known, and I think that it was a pretty popular character, a pretty popular toy, but it wasn't used a lot in fiction. Metroplex existed, but you didn't see him in action nearly as often as you had seen characters like Devastator or Bumblebee or any of those. But nonetheless, he was popular, but there were no new toys of him until Transformers Cybertron.
Also, I think part of the reason would be because, I mean, he's Metroplex. He's supposed to be a big...
True.
And so it didn't always lend well for
him to be transforming. And he was considered the last line of defense. You know, he's one of those characters that is most effective if used sparingly. Sort of like Omega Supreme. You know, Omega Supreme was also a last line of defense character.
Know who on the Decepticons who they definitely used sparingly and definitely not Devastator.
So, we'll just ignore that. Osaka Jack says, Transformers board meeting, there's a lot of disparity in the marketing of these toys. Make it make sense, team! Come on! Osaka Jack, I wish that you had been in charge then. You could have helped them out. So, a toast to Osaka Jack. So, nonetheless, Make it make sense, team. SETI. Wow! Oh my gosh, really? Are we accepting that?
I don't know. I mean, because you say sense team.
Make it make
sense team.
You know what? I'll give it to you just for the effort.
It's that's because trust me, I was looking at that and I wasn't seeing the proper I couldn't find the proper enunciation to go.
Now, maybe the guy in the marketing meeting would be saying, from where I sit, he isn't used enough. So, from where I sit, he isn't used enough. There we go. I know Osaka Jack admits not my best work. Okay, you know what?
Hey,
it's distinctly possible that this live stream is not my best work.
I was gonna say, Jack, I know you got here a little late to the stream. I think that's a theme for this.
There's a theme tonight. There is a theme. So
I think I might need a new shirt that says "Not my best work."
You know what? We can make that happen.
I know we can make it. Should we tell them that we're thinking that Monica, when you have a moment, do you want them to let them know we're working on merch?
There at some point there will be merch
because we don't talking about like
yet.
Retrobot T-shirts and of course
the live stream advisory Dawn comment. Yeah, you know that's gonna happen because I want a shirt with that on it. So, and I don't care if nobody else will know what it means because I'll know what it means.
You remember the poke shirt?
Oh yeah, I remember.
I had to make it. Yeah, and people be like, "What? Huh?" Doesn't matter. I like it. You don't have to get it.
So Rob S says an effort was made, and Osaka Jack says I am working through the second vaccine flu-like symptoms. I need a break. Oh, I'm so sorry. The second flu vaccine or the second vaccine when I got it, it put me down hard. It put me down so hard. I was miserable.
I actually, for me, I was surprised. I expected to be really craptastic, and I wasn't.
I remember
but
I was
like, hey.
I was trying to work, and I've been fortunate enough to be able to work from home. And I was sitting at my computer, and I'm sweating, and I'm cold, and thinking was hard. It was so hard to think, and
harder than normal for him.
Harder than normal, and it's like, okay, I'm just gonna lay down for a little bit, and then like an hour later, there was some kind of a kerfuffle at work, and so I'm back on my laptop, clack 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 clack, and my boss gets on. He says, I thought that you were sick. It's like, I am, but I'll help. It's okay. And so, yeah, you know what? A toast to you. I hope that you feel better. You know, fortunately, my experience is it doesn't last very long. So, also, Tim Kangaroo says, Clay, your shirt looks like it says "Gabba Gabba Hey" with a picture of Rich Sanchez. Rick Sanchez. Oh yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Gabba Gabba Hey. and it absolutely does have a picture of Rick
and then
Sanchez.
the dubs on the bottom.
Wubba lubba dub dub. So
yeah, it's wubba lubba dub dub, not Gabba Gabba Hey.
And boy, we're getting a lot of comments right now. Spicer Mike Spicer and Asher say that Asher and I are sitting here and really enjoying the show. I am so glad, Mike, because we're not making any sense at this point. Like there is nobody that could watch this live stream later on and be like, oh yeah, these guys, they know a lot about retro toys. It's just not happening. So anyway, getting back to Metroplex from Transformers Cybertron in 2005, and my camera just does not want to focus on him. It's just I don't know why, but
It's
but
the
his,
Cyber Planet keys. It's just like, oh no, Cyber Planet keys, I can't focus.
so here he is.
I'm still having race flashbacks.
And yeah, the race planet went on for way too long. So here he is. He's actually got a cool robot mode. Let's just take him over here, cause he's actually pretty sizable. He's not as big as Metroplex. But he's got.
Oh, I'm not gonna transform it to show that, but
it's got a decent robot mode. Now, by this point, we're getting fully articulated characters. He's got shoulder joints with clickers. He's got a bicep that also has a clicker. He's got clicking elbows. Everything on this guy clicks, and that's very satisfying. His head pivots.
Doesn't click.
It doesn't click.
You promised me everything clicking.
Oh, okay. The head doesn't click. Everything else clicks. The waist clicks. You've got hip joints that move in all directions. You've got a thigh twist. You've got a knee. And
doesn't click.
I've had about enough out of you. So
don't make me hit you with Spark Drinker.
So that's really what that's called, isn't it?
Yes,
it's actually called Spark Drinker. What the? I mean, what were they thinking? That makes this guy seem like a vampire or something. But
yeah, I know.
He's even got a foot joint here. So he's very, very posable. He even has opening and closing hands. And so we have this thing, which what's all that? What?
I don't know. Oh, do you think that's from when the battery was leaking in it?
Well, I might have put a little bit of baking soda on there to clean it. I put a lot of baking soda on there, but you know what? It was diluted, and when I had it in a water solution, and when the water dried, it put schmutz on. So here, this is how I clean a lot of my Transformers. I use a toothbrush to get into
and then when he's done cleaning the Transformer, he cleans his teeth with it.
And then I tell Dawn to hold it, and I say, whatever you do, don't put this in your mouth.
Okay.
So there we go. So we'll get rid of that schmutz. So this is Spark Drinker.
Spark Drinker, yeah.
So it has a Cyber Planet key. This is his staff thing that also it becomes a bucket saw blade, like a thing that rotates around like this. It also has clickers, which is nice, and I'm glad that this spins. This is important that it does this, but then when you line it up this way, and notice that so you have to slide this up, and notice that these things will spread out, and that reveals the slot for the planet key, and then it expands and it lights up and it makes some noises,
and then he hits the Transformer with it, and he drinks their spark, and now they're a lifeless husk.
Is that really what an Autobot is supposed to do? Because I feel like that's like violating some kind of Autobot code. Is that
I'm just saying, it's named Spark Drinker.
So that's the thing. It's also got some clicky joints here, and they go like this. And coffee, dessert, thigh, click. Thank you for that. And then Rob S says, for a Metroplex, he sounds a lot more like Ratchet. I see what he did there. Rob, very good, very good. And then it comes with this Minicon, which I guess is just a copy of Armada Megatron's Minicon, except in slightly different colors. This is Drill Bit, and he's got little drill bitty things, and then he transforms.
I'm surprised he isn't named I Will Eat Your Soul to go with Spark Drinker.
I will suck your energon out of your face. So yeah,
with drill bit here.
Drill bit will drink your energon life force until you are a sparkless bot that looks a lot like Fracture or Ironhide. So thank you, Dudley. Thank you, Dudley. So he comes with this big thing, and it's kind of a cool thing, but it is kind of a big thing.
It's taller than he is.
It's taller than he is now. But wait, good lead-in, by the way. That was good. That's good. Yeah. So probably the coolest feature about this guy is his ability to transform into a larger robot. So, and it's pretty clever what they did. So they've got these joints in the legs that do this. And Monica's trying not to sneeze and be heard. And so what I'm hearing is
Are we gonna need a sign for that?
We might need a sign for. So thank you for that, sweetie. So we're gonna extend. Yeah, it's really just folding that like that, and then you get long legs, and then you can spin these around like that. Thank you. And thank you, Dudley. This is the best live stream that you've ever seen, right? So now we take the shoulders, and the shoulders slide back like this and like that. And then we take the upper part of the chest, which has the head attached to it, and we're going to pull this whole thing up, and then it's going to rotate back. At least it's supposed to rotate back. Come on, rotate back. Don't make a liar out of me, Metroplex.
Or break. Till all are broken.
Oh, I see what's going on. Okay, so here's what we need to do. We need to put up these little panels beside his head, and now it can rotate up like this, and then all the way back like that, and then we just close it like that, put the shoulder panels back down, raise the antenna, and look at that. He's now substantially taller. Like, he's big and he's lanky, and I love this mode. And he's still really poseable. So, you can just imagine this guy towering over the other Transformers, and
you have to imagine it, because he's taller.
But he is substantially big. And I really like that the feet are big and wide and stable. Big and wide. It means that you can.
His feet are big and wide.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for that. Machiavellic is here, and he's sorry he's late. His new Origins He-Man and Skeletor arrived, and they're awesome. Congratulations, Machiavellic.
They are currently up here.
That's Revelations.
That's what. No, he's Origins. That's right.
Origins.
Okay. He's Origins, not Revelation. They got too many lines. I can't keep them all straight.
So, a toast to Machiavellic and his awesome new He-Man and Skeletor. And Machiavellic, you haven't missed anything. We're playing with stuff, and it's fun.
If I had the letters, I think I would really change tonight's secret word from that to "It's not our best work."
No, you know what? I'm having fun. I'm having fun. We've got big guys that the camera can't focus in on, but we got him with his spark drinker vampire staff.
I shall have some of your spark.
And
maybe that's what's in here. This is spark. This is 100% unadulterated Transformer spark. Yum.
So you got the thing, and you put it in, and it goes. Ooh, Sparks. So that's actually pretty cool. And then we've got Drillbit here, and he's got a lot of Minicon ports, which as part of the Unicron trilogy, Minicons were still a part of that whole line. Although admittedly, by the time they got to Cybertron, they really weren't playing up the gimmick nearly as much as they had been in Armada. So you turning them into a thing?
Well, I was just thinking, since he's with Metroplex, right? I'm just thinking, could we get close to a boob tank mode? Because, Metroplex, boob tank.
You know what? He does
tank.
actually have a Minicon port right on his boob. So one of his nipples is a boob tank, or is a nipple. So we can absolutely have Drillbit be a boob tank. There it is. We have boob tank. So Setayami says, you would think that they would make Metroplex transform into a city instead of a bigger robot. Well, okay, we'll get there. We're gonna answer that in just a second here.
Yeah, but it was just to get you to say
to Setayami, and I did the thing. So, and I think I've pretty much drained this. So.
Have you drank Optimus Prime's spark?
I have drank all of Optimus Prime's spark. So, he does have another mode. Just to answer this, Setayami, he does have another mode. And I will take Boob Tank off of his boob. And, alright, so here we go. Here's the other mode.
With all this, with the shovel thing and the treads that have construction scoops, I just feel that the secret word is not efficient, or does not automatically come to mind as applicable to this guy's alternate mode unless he has more than one.
So, you're going to collapse the legs. Yeah, we're pretty much going back to his smaller robot form first. So we're going to collapse the legs. And then we're going to swivel at the waist. I think we swivel at the waist.
We'll find out.
Or
we'll break it. One of the two.
We're not going to break it. And
you totally break toys on this live.
I not often. Not often. That is not a thing that happens commonly. And so this goes down like that, I think, or something. And then we spin the head around. Like that. We bring this forward like that, and have that go back like, let's see, I think it goes like this. Okay, so it goes like that. Oh, and he has these little thingies too. So they're gonna come forward. So his head's going to go, actually, I think that, yeah, his head's going to go like that. So we're going to bring up these little shoulder panels here. We're going to have the head facing backwards, and then we're going to have his antenna facing forward. And see, when we do that, it allows these little notches that are on his panels to align with those antenna, so that it kind of makes one full, complete turdy thing. And then
you said turret-y thing.
Yes, I did say. I said turret-y thing, and I stand by it. So, what are you looking at me for?
Because I'm betting your wife heard it differently as much as I did. And turret.
It did not. What? Why is everybody giving me a look like?
Why are we giving you crap? It sounded like turdy. T-U-R-D-Y.
Well, you guys just...
I knew that what you said, but it did not sound that way. I'm just saying.
So, alright, so we have this, and then his arms are going to go down. Yes, Dudley. Yeah. And we're actually going to have the kneecaps facing upwards, and then flip the feet back like that, and then we're going to connect this doesn't really do a whole lot, but we've got these little linkage pieces that come off of the top of the shoulder. And they're just going to go forward and kind of lock him in to that. And now we can take the arms and we just kind of put them down by his sides and pivot the elbows backwards. And so that, and thank you, Dudley. So he turns into this. And if we take out the planet key, you can collapse that, and then you can take this thing. There's this thing that also has a clicker, and there's these little double post things here, and there's actually a couple places to connect. But thank you, Dudley. And so it turns it into this, and it's got this shovel thing, which if we chose to, wait here, let me do this. We can bring that down like that, and there's a little notch in between the legs here that allows you to sort of rest it here. But if you're not resting it, it becomes a well-articulated shovel thing, and he's like a massive excavator, you know, like a giant earth-moving excavator type vehicle. And then where's Drillbit? So we got
Boob tank.
We've got Cybertron Boob Tank here, and we put him back in his vehicle mode, which for that we're just going to wrap the arms around there, and then we're going to take thank you, Dudley, and we're going to take the legs, wrap them around his back, and then aim the drill bits forward.
They point way far up.
And then we can take him and we can seat him right in the end of the shovel. And if you want, you can even turn these around and aim them in that direction, so that now the end of the shovel has these drill bit things. So it could be like drilling in to rock and then digging in, and so he does this.
So this is supposed to kind of swivel, right?
So yeah, we got this that spins, and then we've got the shovel thing, and I guess I'll just put this here. Let's go ahead and use that. Let me put this on the other camera, and we'll just aim that there. And did I say something?
No, I'm just.
Oh, okay.
Well, we'll have something else, but I'm letting you do that.
So,
I was just reaching for something to fill for time.
So there he is in his alt mode. That honestly, I mean, it really just looks like a robot kneeling. I mean, there's treads down here. There's treads molded in, and he's got rollers, so it is some kind of a vehicle type thing. It's supposed to be a giant excavator, but most of the excavation type stuff comes from him having his spark drinker weapon awkwardly mounted on top of him. So this is his official alt mode. And yeah, that's him. And it's honestly, I mean, there is playworthiness here because of the well articulated shovel thing, and because you can spin this, and it's got the clicky thing here, and you could also mount it like here, so that you could, it's not going to want to stay, but I guess you can sort of maybe, there we go. So you could have that there, and it's not going to quite reach, but you know, you have that there, and that spins, and yeah, it has some rollers here. So you know, you can play with this, but I'm just not convinced that it's anything other than a robot that's just kneeling. I mean, he looks like he's praying to Primus and asking for forgiveness for having such a ridiculous looking alt mode. It's just, feed me, Seymour.
Yeah. So the Machiavellic says it's always a good day to come here and watch a Retrobot stream, sip tea, and talk with everyone about cool toys.
And Angry
Viking.
Wait a minute. We're falling into a trap.
I know. I've been waiting.
Sip tea.
Absolutely, yeah.
Sip tea. Okay. You know what? I'll accept that. I'll accept that.
We were getting tired.
Well done.
But also,
Angry Viking is here, so a toast to Angry Viking. And he says, I remember when everyone was kit bashing that into Fort Max. And, I don't think I ever saw any of those kit bashes. But I could easily see how this would lend itself to becoming Fort Max. But, Fort Max was... I had the original Fort Max. I still have the original Fort Max. I love that toy.
He bought Fort Max twice.
That was one Transformer that I wanted to get out of the box a second time, because after the fire, my first one was just kind of ruined, and I got my parents gave me a little bit of money from the insurance to buy some stuff, so I got myself an Amiga 500 and Fortress Maximus. That's what
I helped him carry that thing from Mike's Toys. Was Mike's Hardware,
Toys and Stereos, and Certified Locksmith.
Justice of the Peace, LLC, Attorney at Law.
Machiavellic
Esquire.
says, Dudley has a lot to say about this guy. Must be a favorite Transformer. And yeah, Dudley loves Cybertron Metroplex. It is his favorite guy. And that's really what he wanted us to tell you the whole time that he was yelling at us during this segment. So... yeah, but there we go. This is Cybertron Metroplex, and I really do like this toy. Don't get me wrong. I really like this toy. I love the small robot mode. I love the fact that it turns into a large robot. But this alt mode is just butts.
Rob S says,
it's butts.
This alt mode reminds him extremely of the extremely made up box-shaped bunch of parts with a gun on top that was Prime's alt mode in Cybertron in the first Marvel comics.
You know what? Yes, you're absolutely right. It was... what was that? They had no idea what Prime would transform into, so they just started drawing...
What would you do? I mean...
drawing right angles and put a gun on top. Yeah, that... So that is... Here, you can set him in a safe location.
He doesn't have a mode?
No, he does not have a mode. He has an excavator mode and a regular worker robot mode, and then his giant mode. And the giant mode is cool. Yeah, that's the thing. The giant mode is cool, and I could absolutely... Oh, here, you want to stick this in the plant key slot, and you know what? I could absolutely see, you come to the giant planet, and this you're talking to this big robot, and he's husky, and he's working on building giant stuff, and then you decide, he seems like maybe he's a pushover, maybe I'm Megatron, I'm gonna be all pushovery and I want to take over, and he's like, oh no, and then he grows. And all of a sudden he's towering over Megatron, and then it's like, oh, you know what? Maybe I should transform into a dragster and drive away.
Well, it was in the when they got to the giant planet, like what they wrote in the story about it was basically most of the Transformers were big Transformers
that had a story.
The story So they continually just built on. That's why he's an excavator. They just kept building.
They just kept building.
You finished a level, and then you just built over it and started over. And so there were just layers upon layers of previous built stuff that nobody used.
I feel
and
like
that was some of their story behind the giant planet.
So, fast forward once again. We had original Metroplex in 1986. And then the next Metroplex wouldn't be until 2005, almost 20 years later. And then 2013, another 8 years after that. Is that right? Is my math right? Yeah, that would be...
That actually required me paying attention to what you were saying.
So, anyway, so 2013... Oh, Starhound is here. Toast to Starhound.
And that's why I wasn't paying attention to you. I was looking for an opening to tell you Starhound was here.
So, 2013, part of the Thrilling 30, the anniversary line for Transformers, which really 30 years would have been 2014, but you know. We finally...
In the year 2013.
In the year 2013. The Decepticons have taken over... You know what? Never mind. We get Metroplex. And you know what? He looks way better on this camera. I'm not even going to bother with the other camera. Because this camera seems to actually be able to get all of him, and it seems clear. So I'm going to hold him like this. And
spent all that time rearranging. Screw it.
Well, you know what?
Do you want me to hold him while you're talking about this? Because...
Are you going to lick him?
No,
okay.
Not at the moment.
Good. Okay, then
maybe later for comic effect.
So, and at the time that he comes out, he is advertised as the biggest Transformer ever. Now, as a guy who bought Generation 1 Fortress Maximus twice, I didn't know how to feel about them now upstaging the biggest Transformer ever that I already owned, which was Fortress Maximus, because he was 2 feet tall. And this guy is like 2 feet and antenna tall. So Fortress Maximus is severely lacking in antennas. He just doesn't have antennas. He's very boxy.
He didn't learn from the Empire State Building.
He did not. So
we are the tallest because of our antenna.
And so we've got this. And Angry Viking says Metroplex heeds the call of the last prime. And you know what? Thank you for that. For that, Angry Viking. And I guess he heeds the call of my tiki mug. So there we go. So we actually get a Titan. This is the first of the Transformers Titan class. It was ambitious, and it still holds up. He looks great. The detail that they have molded into him is just fantastic. You can see that from all angles, his joints are big and robust and beefy. He's well articulated. His shoulders go out, his shoulders go up and down. He's got elbow joints. He's got a bicep joint. He's got articulated hands with individually moving fingers. He's got leg joints. So yeah, he's got a hip joint. I'm helping. That comes out like this. He can also raise his leg. He's got knee joints. He's got a rotating bicep. And his feet don't do anything. So, but still, I mean, the articulation on this behemoth of a guy is just incredible. And it makes him fantastically playworthy in robot mode. And we finally, for the first time, Well, okay, not the second time since Fortress Maximus, but the first time since Fortress Maximus, we have a giant character that truly does tower over the other Transformers toys. And by the way, Jessica, speaking of towering over your other Transformers toys, Jessica Cheery is here. She doesn't even know about the gag yet.
Doesn't matter. Go back and watch it.
But, she says that is one seriously large one. It is! It absolutely is. Thank you. Welcome, Jessica Cheery. And just so that you know, you don't actually have anything to do with towering over Transformers. Although you probably do. You're probably much taller than Transformers toys. I'm guessing. So we have this guy, and he's got his battery of missiles, I guess. I don't know. They actually look more like generators, but we can pretend they're some kind of they're either some kind of weapon or maybe that's a maintenance hatch. I don't know, but he's got this gun on the top, and I'm gonna lean him forward.
And Mason Fur is here.
Oh, and Mason Fur is here. Speaking of guns on top,
that's
Mason
right.
Fur is here. So, welcome, Mason Fur.
I need you to hang on to him for a bit.
Okay.
I need to refresh my drink.
So, yeah, you've got this, and it actually has a little cubby here. So, he comes with his own modern version of Scamper, who has retained his
yes,
six-wheel...
I know, Dudley. He does not come with boob tank.
So he is still a six-wheeled car, although they've got these arm things that just kind of attach to the side, and I feel like there was a missed opportunity because, like, this looks like a car body to me. This looks like robot arms stuck on the side of a vehicle. Am I wrong? It really doesn't, but I guess it's supposed to be a Cybertronian vehicle mode, so you can get away with it. I don't know. If they were going to do this, then I almost wish they would have extended the shoulders so that they made fenders and then had the front of the car as wide as the back of the car. That's just me with my Earth Auto Design sensibilities. What am I thinking? But really what I wish they would have done is just put that pivoting shoulder joint on here so these could go to the back. And then the arms could be on the roof, just like the original, but they didn't. Nonetheless, he does have a full transform that does not require you to take him apart. And that's kind of cool. So you pull out the legs, and you can split the legs, and you fold down the hood, and then you can rotate the forearms. And he has long gorilla arms because they have to reach all the way back to be the back wheels. But there is our Thrilling 30 version of Scamper, and he does have this little pair of guns that can go on his back. So here, let me put that on the side camera. So there he is, and you know what? In robot mode, he does look decent. He's not a terribly interesting character. Yeah, he has really long arms, but he is well articulated. He has ball joints at the shoulders and at the elbows and at the hips and at the knees. So he's got a lot of articulation for just a little guy. And he looks decent. Yeah, it's a decent upgrade.
Toast Jessica Cheery?
He's
I've lost track. I was stuck holding him for a while.
She was on towering over the Transformer.
Oh, was it? Okay.
When we were doing segues that make no sense, she was towering over.
We've been doing segues that make no sense for a while. It was just I finally, since I don't have Metroplex in the face, I was able to kind of read some of the chat and was like, hey, wait a minute, I remember doing that bit.
So, you know what? I forgot to pull out the pelvis here. So he's got He's got a pelvis that makes him a little bit taller. It kind of diminishes
the gorilla arms.
Gorilla arms just a little bit. He's still a little bit gorilla armsy, but not too bad.
I mean,
but he's not bad.
He's a Cybertronian robot. He does not have to conform to exact humanoid proportions.
That's true. That is absolutely true. And I like that he's got the red bits.
Quit body shaming him.
I'm sorry. I do not mean to body shame him. So we've got Scamper. And then what we can do with Scamper is you can actually sit him in this little cubby here, and there's these little handles that you can put his hands on, and so now he can man the guns that are in Metroplex's shoulder, and that's really awesome. I mean, that's cool. That is super, super cool. There's actually another place right over here, so we'll fold the hand down out of the way, and then this something in here. Wait here. This opens.
Breaks off.
If I can.
Breaks.
This breaks off.
Breaks.
There we go. So we've got. And you have to have this joint. So you have to have this joint lined up with the little groove, or it won't open. But then we've got another place here.
Open.
And you can take a dude, and you can have him...
A dude? Any dude?
Any of the smaller dudes I think would be able to fit in there. Like if we had a core class Optimus Prime or one of the scout class characters, I think that they would fit in there. At least, as long as they don't have a whole bunch of kibble on their legs. So, he can do that. And this actually goes forward and back, so you could be like... And that's really cool also. He's got this big gun, and it shoots a missile, and I have that missile somewhere, but not with me right now.
Well,
Lisa, so good you not have the missile. Shut up, Jar Jar.
Yeah, I haven't been able to fish him out of his hole he fell into. Otherwise, I would have a while ago. I was gonna say, yeah, I knew.
So yeah, let's just test my theory about core class Optimus Prime.
I knew you did have a core class Optimus Prime.
Even though core class Optimus Prime was not invented yet, you can put him here. Now the only problem is these are 5mm holes, and the core class use a smaller weapon diameter. Which, come on, Hasbro. I know you're trying to get us into these little tiny versions of the guys, but ooh, yeah. Ugh. So yeah,
I think it's cool that they made something that will fit in here that many years later.
But you can absolutely have him in there anyway, and you can kind of fake it. You can just have him do stuff like that, and he can. Oh wait, here, let's slide it back that way. So there we go, and
I think that's a nice use of the core class. That
there.
You've got. Now Optimus Prime is, and that's a little more to scale with how a Titan should be. Still,
right.
But it goes back to the core class are not nearly small enough. But then you wouldn't.
Right. Back in the day, we would use the smallest transforming transformers in conjunction with our Titan scale characters like Unicron and Metroplex and Fortress Maximus, because we had world's smallest transforming transformers, or the smallest transforming boy, I'm tired. You're trying to get him to make a rude gesture. Why are you trying to make a rude gesture? You're trying to put that sort of thing on TV. That's indecent.
No, I was keeping my hand there, just like I was just going.
That's indecent.
That is.
Back in my day, we had wholesome shows like The Lone Ranger and Bob Hope and
All in the Family.
Lucy. We had Lucy.
How about All in the Family?
Sure.
I figured I'd pick the one that was rather racist as the wholesome show. So let's face it, he was supposed to be, so.
So anyway, yeah, this is the other thing that everybody does as soon as they get one of these Transformers. There we go. There we go. He's doing it. He's like, this is what I think to Trypticon. And it's like, okay, so there, you got your screenshot. Not like you can't find a dozen other pictures of that on the internet already.
I was just, you know, going. You said all the fingers were fully articulated, and I had to get his arm back in. So while I was there, I ain't licked it yet. So you should be happy.
You know what? I am happy about that. So you can fold that in, and that's the robot mode. All right, so that's the robot mode of this guy, and he's huge, just huge. But he still has those two other modes, so we're gonna do them. And yeah, his eyes move. So he's got this visor thing, and there's a little lever in the back, and see, like, you can raise the visor here. And then with the little lever, the visor, like, yeah, see, he can look around, and then you do that, and the visor comes down. Now, he doesn't have pupils, so, like, the eyes themselves don't, like, move around, but he does have the visor that drops into place, and I think his face sculpt looks really good. Let's see if we can get the camera to focus in on his face.
If you want to play with the visor while I'm holding it.
All right,
to show it better.
Here we go. So yeah, the camera is actually kind of, so you can put the visor up, and it's a nice face sculpt, and you know that's really cool. And then you have the visor that drops down. So it's yeah, there's a lot here, and I think that he has like sound effects somewhere, but I might have taken the batteries out. I might have, you know what? I forgot to put batteries in them because yeah, there is. Oh, you can see that he's trying. There's so the eyes are trying to light up.
Let me tell you, he's trying all right.
So yeah, he used to make noises and say stuff. He still makes them, but I'd have to put in batteries, and I didn't. I forgot about the batteries. Okay.
Actually, I forgot. He's trying.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so he's also got these big gun things that actually have, like, you know, they do that, and he's got these antenna things that slide up like this, and these just fit right on his shoulders like that, and so he's cool. Did I mention that he's cool? Because he's cool. So, are you breaking him?
Not yet.
So let's go ahead and let's do the attack vehicle mode. You know, I feel like it's not like he's not a triple changer. For both the original and this. The secondary battle platform, whatever you want to call it, the attack vehicle mode, to me it doesn't feel like a legitimate third mode. It's just sort of kind of an in-between the other two, and they added wheels to make it seem like it was a thing. No, nonetheless, it is still a thing, but I don't feel like it's fair to say that he's a triple changer. Yeah, there's a gray line there where Transformers oftentimes have some kind of sort of contrived third mode, but it's not necessarily such a distinctive form that I feel like it deserves to be called. Anyway, I'll get off that. So Machiavellic says, yo, weird question. Can Metroplex hold Megatron, Shockwave, or Six Gun as a gun while he's in robot mode? Do we have that little Megatron? Okay, we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out in just a bit. But I'm gonna go ahead and we'll.
Is there a Shockwave that's on scale with this?
There is Combiner Wars Shockwave. Combiner Wars Shockwave is a small, and he can be held by Bruticus.
So he would be able to hold.
So it might be a little bit awkward, but now the thumb, it doesn't have.
He's holding a Decepticon, so there's definitely some awkwardness.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take the arms and we're going to aim them forward.
Isn't?
And then we're going. Yeah, I know Monica's looking for the gun, but don't you worry about the hands.
Well, no, I was. To me, it's aimed backwards because the
okay.
hands are the end of it, and they're pointing towards me.
So here we go. You bring the legs forward like this, and then you have these big things. They fold over like this. And then here's what's kind of cool. They made these so that they can come around like that, and they can be up like that, or they can just be forward like this. You know, there's a lot of stuff that you can do there.
You know what? You were showing all that off camera.
So okay, we got these things that can go up like this. We've also got this repair arm, like this robotic arm thing. If I can catch it.
You need spudgers.
I do. I absolutely need spudgers. So we've got this cool little repair arm. Oh yeah, give me the one with the orange tip. Okay, so we have a Scout class Megatron here. We are going to turn him into a gun, and we are going to answer Machiavellic's question. So I'm just going to turn him into his gun mode. There we go. All right, so gun mode, Megatron. Oh, heck yeah. Heck yeah. There he is. Look at that.
Pew, pew, bang, bang.
Pew, pew.
Bang, bang.
Very good. Excellent question, Machiavellic. Thank you for asking that. So, a toast to Machiavellic. All right. Oh, and then we also have X-Ray, the Shockwave lookalike that came with Warbitron.
I wasn't sure if that would count since it was with Warbitron, and he won't because he's too.
Yeah,
his legs
his
are
handle is too wide,
and his thumb does not.
What we can do is we could split that up,
and then
there we go.
Not as easy, but
yeah, blam,
kablam.
Oh, so yeah. All right, excellent. So, let's go ahead and take... He's so big! He's so big!
Aren't you glad I actually showed up for this, overall? Because, it's a little... he's a little easier to manipulate with 4 hands than 2.
You know what? You would have been replaced by a table. So
Wouldn't be the first time.
So you've got much bigger, knobbier tires, which I really like. But we do have to do the head. So can you swing him around? Here we go. So
I will spin him right round, baby, right round.
Like a record, baby. Round, right round.
That's right. You know it. I want your love. I want your love.
I'm sorry to everyone for what just happened.
I'm not.
I regret everything.
I don't.
So I guess I'm gonna slide these forward because why not? And then see the head in this one doesn't tuck down. Instead, the head transforms. And so we have to, and it's kind of janky. I can't even really explain it. There's a slip joint in here, and you have to kind of get it to tip forward there.
Oh, we got a little bit of sound effects.
We got it. And see now you've got this little view screen here. Can we get the view screen on camera? So you got this view screen right here, and then you've got a couple more handles. So once again, we could take Scamper here, and we could peg his hands onto the handles, something that we could do with Core Class Optimus Prime if they had given him 5mm holes in his fists. But it's, he's even got like this little ring. Let me tip him backwards a little bit. So there's this little ring here that rotates with the gun so that it becomes a mobile gun platform that rotates around. And, the antenna in this one are definitely blasters. So,
no, their antenna. Blaster looks completely different. Because he turns into a boombox. He said those are blasters. I can keep this up all night.
Okay, so let's see. So in this form now, it's a lot more stable when it's on a flat table. It's stable when it's on a flat table. But this is the rolling battle station mode. Oh, wait a minute here. I forgot. Wait. It's making little noises. So there, we want to have these guns also facing forward. So that's
it's the one knee joint.
Yeah. Yeah. Here, there we go. So that's really it's really him sitting on his butt and just kind of aiming all of his guns forward.
It was hard to get him all in frame without like smashing. I should just smash you in the face with him, but I'm not going to.
I'm kind of wondering if there's something that we can do here. Let me just try something, because it's been a long time since I've had to transform him into this mode.
You think it? I don't think it.
No, I don't think that the legs do a thing. I thought that maybe the legs did like
it looks like that they do something in
other mode.
City mode!
So, nonetheless, that's his rolling attack vehicle mode, and it's this. Now, here's where I'm just going to throw out a criticism. With all that's going on here, could they have done something to disguise the hands? Anything to disguise the hands, because this is really just a robot hand. I mean, he's kind of doing this. All right, if I had a big boxy forearm, then I could do this, and my hand would still be there, and his hands are still there. I mean, this was 2013.
In the year 2000.
In the year 2013, they did not know how to disguise Metroplexes' hands. I kind of wish that there was like an upgrade kit that I could buy that had hands that transformed into even a box. Maybe that had white on the outside, like on some of the parts on inside, and then it folds inside out or something so that it doesn't look like a robot hand. Anything, but these aren't. This is not transformed. I'm just saying, this is not transformed. This is not what a transformed hand looks like. This is what a hand looks like. Hasbro, come on, work with me here, guys. I'm sorry, I didn't ask you to move away from your screens, and I should have, but that's anyway. Yeah. So nonetheless, we do have a third mode. This is gonna be terrible. This is gonna be terrible. So,
because it gets longer, doesn't it?
It doesn't get longer, but it spreads. So
it does sprawl like all cities do.
Okay, so we're going
Probably should have waited till you had more robot in your hands than I did, but oh well.
So, we can take this and we can take it around the back like that. Just don't even. Just, and then you're gonna take this shoulder. I knew it. I knew I was asking for trouble on that one. So here, let's rotate. Let's tip it towards the camera a little bit more, and then we have these things And these things, they do something. You can do something with these. They've got holes on them, and you can stick stuff to the holes, and you can open that. And I guess that these are supposed to be guns. They look sort of like rail guns, maybe, but they don't have like a I don't know. They're things. They stick up out of here, and then we take the leg here, and I'm gonna fold in that robot arm. So I've got the leg here, and then we open up. So the transform is very, very similar to the original Gen 1. It's just bigger and has more joints. And let me rotate this around like that. So now you have all the cubbies facing up, and now you're going to take this end right here, and you're going to do that to make kind of like a little garage bay, huh? You know, get Ironhide out of the sun, huh? Yeah, that's nice. And then we might as well bend the arm at the elbow, because we're gonna whirl the whole thing around like this. And actually what we need to do is we need to take the legs and we need to take them around like this, because the wheels still need to be on top, and then we rotate the thigh like that. So that part of the transform has not changed. And so you're going to take your leg, take it around here. You want me to do this? You're going to take the leg around like this so that the wheels are on top, and then rotate at the thigh. And now if you hold that, and now, so, and then we can take this side and do that. And so now we have, oh, and we can, there. All right, so, and then you can take the arm, and it sort of looks like a tower here.
Oh, that is,
although
with the hand on top.
With the hand on top. See, that's the thing, you know.
I totally want to do a rude gesture with that hand with it sticking up like that, especially how convoluted some of this stuff. Well, not really convoluted, but just like all of this, and then you didn't do anything with those hands.
And that's the thing. It's like they went to so much effort. There's so much here, and then they completely phoned in the hands.
I mean,
like,
you got these little red things that they're there, but.
And, you know, these are, so these come out so that he can hold them as weapons, but I don't want him to hold it as a weapon. Now, what I could do, let's see, what can I do with this? I could go like this, and I could take, can I open up that panel again and have it be a thing and kind of, there. Do I guess I could do something like.
Did I ever tell you to make a bad table?
You do make a bad table. Here. Okay, here's what I'll do. I'll put this right there, and that kind of distract. Yeah, that's another tower. So here we go. And then you can kind of spread the legs apart like this so that he's sort of sprawling in directions. And so, you got this city mode. Okay, do you have that back end? Oh, I did.
And you said that I have no free hands. So.
And then you take this and you pull out the ramp, and it doesn't quite go all the way down. And it's like, come on, guys, can throw a guy a bone here. Like if this just had a second section that could come forward, it would go all the way down. But instead, it just sort of like that's not safe to travel on. That's here. So anyway, I said it a bunch of times. So this is just gonna be one big one. So
Scamper's still chilling out up there, blasting away.
You know, that's okay. I wonder if I could put him on the thing here.
Good luck with that.
Can I get him on the...
Without destroying everything, getting him there? I have no idea. Are you literally going to try to put him on that turntable?
Well, I'm not really here for the turntable. I'm here for the...
I just figured you'd move it.
You know what? I'm going to take all this stuff off.
Yeah, really.
Thank you for that. So...
not like we don't deserve it.
So, here we go. Side camera. This is... There he is, in his city mode. Let me...
And you readjusted everything for this and aren't really using it, you know?
Oh, you know, we're still using it. So, there we've got him.
I like the 90-degree drop at the end of the ramp.
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
How are they getting out? Look at the top. There's a
I know,
flap up there.
So, this, I guess, is so that if you have a guy in there, you can...
You can just shuttle him to his doom.
Let me put Jeeper Creeper in there. He could be in there. And
wait! You gotta try to relaunch him like you did, in the first Metroplex. Don't you need somebody?
You know what? Wait a minute. Oh, look, it's Jar Jar Binks. Hey, Jar Jar. No, Misa, no, wanna go here? No, just wait right there, Jar Jar. Oh, let me adjust the camera. So, Misa minding my own business. So
I'm wondering, is the ramp supposed to reach to one of the legs?
You know, you could sort of do that, and yeah, that's how they have it depicted, like this. I guess these. Oh,
I like in the picture.
You know what? For the battle station mode, we were supposed to slide the legs like this, but.
Oh yeah, that's the battle station mode.
But
that is.
It doesn't. Doesn't really. I mean, it still doesn't.
Can you bring up that? Can we get that picture?
So, yeah, you can. Here, wait. We can do this. So, let's just go there.
It's that there specifically.
And there, and we will go to internet view. So, this is the official picture of what his
modes are supposed to be.
But
I just want to point out, can you go up by the ramp up here? It's just an arm holding a gun.
That is just an arm. Well, no, that is what we did. So they took the arm that's on the side here and they did this. And so, you know, they did that right there.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So that's what they did. And so that's what you have here. And you know, it's like the city. Oh, I said it again. But nonetheless, this mode here is not nearly as playable as the Gen 1 counterpart. That's the takeaway from this. I mean, they've duplicated so much of the design. They've got everything transforming the same way. They've got a lot of the same features, but because I think because of the extra joints and because of how the legs are here, and he's got a much taller midsection here, and the fact that they made this ramp so short. And I understand it's long enough to collapse into his chest. I get that. Come on, guys, you know, telescope it or have an extra section or two that folds up. They needed to do something, and they did not. They kind of. He's not really he doesn't make a good blah, 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 blah. And Colleen says, can Jar Jar fit in a boob tank or just a boob? And you know what? Jar Jar... So, wait, here. We can do this. So, here. We'll take that right there. And we'll just put Jar Jar right on here. And we'll just close this right up. There we go. And Jar Jar can take a nap inside Metroplex. He's feeling good. So that...
No, I just want to add a little here. So, like, I remember, because you remember, like, you know, you had the original Metroplex. You had
the original Metroplex too.
No.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I never owned any of those, you know.
Of the, you know, whatever former.
Well,
those things.
Because you remember how I'd come over and, like, I would just, like, I'd take Metroplex. I'd take Optimus Prime's trailer. I would take Power Optimus Prime's base. Fort Max, the trailer to Ultra Magnus, and I created this entire sprawling complex. Everything joined together. Like, you needed Ultra Magnus's trailer as a ramp to get up into stuff because Ultra Magnus was half transformed standing above something else. I mean, there was a lot of play value in those old guys, you know. And I admit that, I mean, you got some stuff, but
they've forgotten the value of ramps, because like even the newer Fortress Maximus is missing his ramp section that go on the legs that make him that allow his stuff to go all the way to the floor. I know. It's been a long night. It's not my fault, okay? You just go ahead and play sound effects or something. I'm trying to transform this guy that's bigger than I am. Thank you. Thank you for that. So, and we'll take this. It's, you know, I do kind of like that you can do this. So it sort of puts me in mind that in an emergency situation, if they knock out Metroplexes' consciousness or something, that another robot could like remote control him, or you know could drive him from the head.
So Prime's in charge now.
Right.
He can't really hold on to anything, but you know.
No, because of those darn non-5mm holes in his fist. What are you thinking, Hasbro? Huh? Anyway, so we'll do that, and no, Jar Jar's happy in there. Oh. Okay, so. In terms of the robot mode, he's awesome, and he's amazing, and he looks great, and he's fun, and you can get him into cool poses like I'm gonna fall over on my own head, and yeah, he can stomp and stretch, and he can attack and rip and be really intimidating, and you know, I mean, there's a lot that you can do with this guy, and it's awesome. It really is super awesome. But the city mode, there's just a... It doesn't quite work. I know, I said the thing. So that is 2013 Metroplex, and you know, I'm not going to say that. I know. Yeah, we're getting there. Don't worry. Do not worry. I haven't forgotten. Monica's pointing at the monitor. There's more. And it's like, I know. I'm getting there.
Because you know,
I've got the equivalent of a 2-year-old child in my lap, and he's trying to collapse onto my head, and it'll hurt. So here, I'm gonna set him over here. And see now I can. This is also what we did. We made it so that the camera can actually like see him standing. Now look at that. Look, see, I set up that shot, and we can get that shot. It's a little blurry, but there we go. We can get the shot, and that's what's important. So, whoops, wrong view. So. Of course, that Metroplex, and I, you know, again, I'm not saying that I regret owning him. He's awesome and he's a lot of fun. I'm trying to put his gun on, but I'm just gonna leave it. But I will say that the metropolitan area that he transforms into is not very well. It doesn't function very well. And now the nice thing is those cubbies are big enough to put deluxe size Autobots in, and his scale makes him great to interact with other toys. But the lack of that ramp being able to go all the way down, and the fact that he's got so many joints that it's hard to get him to be stable. He needed a little bit of extra engineering pieces to kind of lock some stuff into place. I think that would have gone a long way.
And that goes on to...
So Mike Spicer says, do any of the joints pop out or disconnect accidentally? And no. Well, the hands and the thumb, they like to pop off very easily.
I remember, you'd lost a finger before when you were...
wait here. So here we have side camera, and I have the hand right here, and I can do that, and oh, look at that, the whole hand came off.
There you go. There's the solving of the mystery of the transforming hand.
And
it transforms into a piece on the ground.
And then I can take the thumb off too, and there we go. You know, now he doesn't have a hand. So yeah. Here, we'll put this there. Don't put it in your mouth. So
I was just gonna say, but you know, so you have to hand it to me.
I guess I've got to hand it to you, Don. You have his hand. So thank you. So now notice that this version of Metroplex did not come with 6-gun, but fortunately in 2019 as part of the that's not appropriate either. So fortunately, as part of the Transformers Siege line, we got weaponizers. And hey, what was the original 6-gun if not a weaponizer? Like a Gen 1 weaponizer. So we get 6-gun as a weaponizer, a fully realized Autobot with arms and elbows and articulation and hands. He's got hands, and he's got knee joints and hip joints and ankle joints, and the colors are great. I mean, this guy is awesome. Let me put him on the other camera here. So we'll just do that, and so there he is. And, you know, he does look great. He is a cool figure, and he's a lot of fun to play with. This is one of the things. I know that I guess there are a lot of people that do not like the weaponizers. There are some people that just don't like parts forming, and they think that parts forming is always bad. And yeah, I will say that I do not like it when I've got a Transformers toy where the bulk of the toy is all regular transforms, but some critical part is just left to taking a piece off and then calling it a shield or calling it a gun, or like in the case of the most recent Bumblebee, where the Netflix Bumblebee, where you take off the back end of the Volkswagen and he holds it as a shield. That to me is not a feature, that's just a shortcut. And it doesn't do anything for me. But with a guy like this, with Six Gun, where his whole shtick is that he breaks into pieces and you use his pieces as weapons, then that's really cool. And these things are really, really fun. You can turn them into stuff, and he turns into a thing. I forget what he turns into. Let's see, I know that you rotate the head around, and you have this little thing on the back, and
I think he actually turns into a jet similar to Chromar in the first place.
Yeah. Because
these are wing things, not to be confused with Soundwave's tape.
That's
somewhere,
which is wing thing, which is
and
wing
and Monica
thing.
has a picture for you.
Okay, thank you. Well, I'm almost there. So I took the back section, that goes there. I put that like that, and then we have the legs, which do they do that, and so there's actually these little tabs right here. And these little slots in the thighs here. So when you bring it up and go like that, you just tab in the thigh to line up with that. And then you can put the feet down. Yeah, they have that little hinge place right there. And then you can make a kind of a yin-yang type thing. Or you can take these and you can put them on the sides to give it wings, or at least wing things. You can take these little things and you can put them there, and then you can take these guns and you can like face them up that way, or actually these things can actually just go on the ends here, just like that. So there you go. He turns into this. And I put an extra hole going all the way through because I wanted to be able to do other stuff with that. But you can put it in one of the things right there. So that is his vehicle mode. Let me show it on the other camera. And there we go. So yeah, he has a legitimate transform, but of course he also has the ability to break into all sorts of parts and be used to make different kinds of weapons and equipment for Autobots. So it's nice that even these extra packaged in robots that were originally, admittedly, that they didn't put a whole lot into them. The original Scamper, it was the cheap little Autobot that they put in there just so that you have a figure to interact with. And so now you have a fully realized guy that also becomes weapon parts. That's really cool. Of course, the one thing that I do notice is that if I take these weapon parts and I put them onto Metroplex here, and we'll just do the side camera right there, and you can do that. So yeah, I can start putting some pieces on Metroplex, but he's so big that the weapons just don't seem to add a whole lot. It's so I can do stuff like that, but honestly, so what?
Well, also, the Fortress Maximus is 2013. That
Metroplex.
weapon, yeah. Well,
Metroplex.
He's Metroplex.
He's Metroplex.
Yeah, whatever. I'm tired.
So,
but Six Gun there's what, 2019?
He's 2019, so he
It's
wasn't...
6 years later!
Yeah, obviously they didn't really have it in mind for you to be using him as an upgrade kit for Metroplex, but I'm really glad that they made him, and it just makes everything feel complete. So are you gonna make it?
I don't know. I don't know.
I feel like the cameras have seen the inside of your mouth more than they've seen the outside.
I don't know.
So
hard to feel it for some reason.
So
I think it's just holding him for so bloody long. I got tired.
So
he's not a light transformer.
He is not a light transformer. But that's it. All of that for 3 guys. 3 guys. There have only been, well, I guess there was like the mini version of Metroplex that was a Japan only thing, but this is a character that we haven't seen a lot of different versions of over the years. He is used as sparingly in the toy aisle as he is in fiction. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, because he's at his best when he's used sparingly. Like, he's very cool and he makes an impact, but if at the end of every Transformers comic or every story Metroplex transforms and punches the Decepticons, then that would get kind of old real quick.
Well, and you go back to, now we want scalability, and you get into, he's got to be big. He's got to be Titan class.
Which, I feel like, even though, now, scale in Transformers has never been, I mean, it's never worked. It has never worked. It will never work. But this is a guy that does tower over your other toys, the way that Metroplex should.
Right. You know, it's one of those things that I think that kind of leads to why it's not used so much, because, I mean, that's a price point that is not easy to push. I mean,
certainly.
And what's interesting is actually that price point, I think in some ways has actually not changed as much, because like we were talking,
it's gone up a lot.
Well,
it's gone
round,
up a lot.
but like we were talking about how, like, your original Fort Max, which was comparable scale, was about $90 and 87.
Like, it was like
you get to
and now we're up to like
you said you said that was
something.
probably 120 when you bought him.
That's my guess. That's my guess.
I mean, from 87 to 2020, or not 2013. It's not too much of an inflation gap, considering what other stuff. Now, between 13 and now,
they have definitely
gone up.
They have definitely gone up. So, but nonetheless, that is Titan class Metroplex, and then Transformers Siege 6-gun.
And I think it's also you weren't just doing 3 guys, because you had 6-gun and Scamper in multiple modes.
That's true. That's absolutely true. So, that brings us to the end of the live stream. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. This has been a rough one. I mean, everything's so big.
Got a message
I know, but it's not in yet.
Okay.
Everything has been so big, and it's hard to get it in focus, and it's hard to even hold on to it. But Machiavellic says, Clay, just 3 of this guy said in regards to a figure that is always very expensive, and he has all 3. Seems like Metroflex to me. See what he did? See, Metroflex. Very good. A toast. So, with all that being said, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us while we robot handle this Titan guy that we can't fit on the table and we can't fit in front of the camera, and Don's falling asleep. So
been an exhausting stream.
A toast to Rob S. A toast to Colleen. A toast to Nathan Fillion. A toast to Michael and Asher Spicer. A toast to Osaka Jack. A toast to Setoyami. A big toast to Ojaka Sack. A toast to Joy. A toast to Vincent Jones. A toast to Christopher Remley. A toast to the Machiavellic. A toast to Angry Vikings. I guess I'm supposed to tap first and then drink. A toast to Starhound. A toast to Jessica Cheery. And a toast to Mason Fur. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you all came. We are a small channel. We are trying to get bigger. If you haven't already, please hit the like button, subscribe, click the notification bell so that you know when we're doing more of these live streams, preferably ones where we can fit the guys in front of the camera. We do these every Friday night at 8 o'clock Eastern United States time, pretty much. We also have our Short Circuits videos, which happen a couple of times a week when we are able. And we are introducing our new Game Frame starring Don Truly here to talk about video games and stuff.
And other game-related things.
Game-related stuff. Next Friday, we are going to talk about Transformers War for Cybertron Kingdom and compare the Maximals and Predacons of 2021 to the originals from Beast Wars. It is the Beast Kingdom live stream. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Clay. This is Don telling you, and Don's telling you too, even if you don't see him say it, he's telling you to keep it Retrobot. Yes, there we go. That is how to keep it Retrobot. If you're keeping something retro and it's a bot, that's oh, Tim Kangaroo! Whoa! We missed Tim Kangaroo! No!
I wondered about that. I read that earlier.
A big toast to the city slicker himself, Tim Kangaroo. See, I said it. That means I have to drink longer. And that's when I noticed my drinking problem. So sorry. I don't know how we missed you, but thank you, Tim Kangaroo. And now it is time to keep it Retrobot. See, that's how we do it here. Nobody escapes the final toast, unless they do. There was that one time, but I don't like to think about it.
Well, there's the other time that everybody. There wasn't just like one person. It was
that's the time that I'm talking about. I told you I didn't like to think about it.
Yeah, that's why I'm reminding you. By the way, it's been at least 2 times, so
So
you were tired those days. I understand.
And that I was really tired that day.
Tank boob.